Hello everybody and thank you for joining me. This is Ciara from Ciara T Designs and today I have some ink blended slimline cards to share with you. So let's jump right in. So I'm going to cut down my cardstock to start and I am making slimline cards. I like to cut mine to 7 by 8.5 inches and then I score them at the 3.5 mark, leaving me a base that is 3.5 by 8.5 inches. And I did bring out my rotary trimmer for this. Normally I use my small trimmer, but I thought since I have these larger trimmers, I might as well use them. And then I'm going to cut a black mat for each card and this will be about 1/8 of an inch smaller than my base. And then my hammer milk piece that will be blending on will be about 1/4 of an inch smaller, just to give me a thin layer around them. You guys know that I like that look. I like a thin border around each layer. I think that it finishes it off and it really helps the colors pop. So that's what I tend towards. And I just wanted to double check my measurements as well. And then you'll see me hold my layers up just to make sure that I actually got them lined up properly. And I'm happy with how the layers look before I go in and start actually adhering everything. So these cards are actually based on cards that I created probably about 4 years ago. They were very similar in design and I love them. And I just thought it would be really fun for a quick and simple birthday card to create a few more. If you've been watching my channel lately for the last little while, you'll know that I received a custom order for 24 cards, which 12 of them need to be birthday cards. So I've kind of been going through, sometimes when I'm struggling a little bit with ideas, I'll go back to cards that I created, like years ago, and either redesign them or just recreate them, because at this point, maybe you've never seen this card design and I would love for you to see it, because I think that they are really simple but have a great amount of wow factor to them. So that's kind of what I was thinking. And then here you can see that I am going to score the bases at that 3.5 mark, giving me my 8.5 by 3.5 inch base. So I'm quickly going to touch on these scratches on my arm. You're going to see them come in and out of focus here quite a bit through this video. I'm perfectly fine. Ember is perfectly fine. We just had a bit of a moment. Shadow fell on Ember and Ember panicked and my arm got a little bit of scratching in the mad dash to get away. So I'm perfectly fine. It looks worse than it feels. It's not a big deal, but just so nobody's concerned about it, that is what happened. So, but I promise both Ember and I are perfectly fine. So Shadow, she just tipped. It's cats are always kind of funny. But then for my ink blending, I chose 3 colors, and funnily enough, I chose 3 colors at random that I thought would be really fun together, and they're kind of similar to the colors I chose for the original cards. I didn't mean for that to happen. I just, chose some colors that I thought would be really fun together. So for this first one, I picked Kitsch Flamingo. I had to remember the name of that one. That one throws me off every once in a while. Peacock feathers and cracked pistachio, because I just thought that they would be really fun, vibrant colors. And then for the second one, I'm going to do Seedless preserves, worn lipstick, and spun sugar. And again, it's just, you guys know that I love pink. I guess I should start to challenge myself to use colors I don't use very often, but I have a tendency towards vibrant colors. That's just kind of my jam. And so I tend towards the similar shades of colors, and these 3 really hit my radar all the time. And then pinks, you guys know I love the pinks. So but you could, of course, do this in any colorway you want to. This is just the ones that I happened to grab when I was doing this because I thought that they were really pretty. But I just, any colors would work. You could do this in a monochromatic way too, and that would look stunning. I just chose to pick colors that I kind of thought were fun together, and then realized after that they were fairly similar to the colors I chose originally, which is kind of funny. But yes, you're going to see the second blend here. And I think that these cards are pretty stunning. And I think that if you're struggling for new ideas for designs, go and redo something you've done. I mean, I know how hard it is to come up with fresh ideas as a person who makes, 2 videos a week. So I know how difficult that can be. And if I'm feeling really stuck or I'm, really busy and I'm struggling, I find the easiest thing I can do is just grab a design that I've done before that I love, because I don't think that you guys would dislike my video just because I've done a card that I've done before. I think that you can understand that, having a channel can be a lot of work. So sometimes I've got to borrow ideas I've done before, and especially these cards, because I did them 4 years ago. So I don't think anybody's going to be upset with me for recreating these cards. And the original ones are gone, like a long time ago. I think I mailed them. I think I mailed them to pen pals a long time ago. So I think that this just was a really fun way to kind of just give those cards new life, even though they are fairly similar in the design. But I think it's still pretty fun. So that's kind of what I was thinking. But yeah, so I'm just going to go in with my last color. And you know that ink blending always starts out brighter. It does dry back a little. So if you're not liking your blend, let your inks completely dry and then look at it again and see how you feel. And then you can always add more color, but let them dry back and see how you feel about them. And because I'm stamping on a slimline card, it doesn't fit in my normal Misti, the original size. So I did bring in my memory Misti, which is 12 by 12. Well, it's bigger than 12 by 12. You can fit a piece of 12 by 12 cardstock in the base of this. I bring this out whenever I'm going to stamp off of a slimline card because it doesn't fit. And I was really lucky to have my husband purchase this for me. I think 3 Christmases ago, he bought this as a gift. So it's always kind of fun to bring down, and it's just like, it's a lot of fun to use, but it's so big that it doesn't fit in the camera. So I do end up kind of bringing it out for special occasions when it's really necessary, but it's a lot of fun to use. So I did stamp out 2 images. I have the Beautiful Flowers big floral bouquet there, and then I also have The Best Year Yet is the stamp set, and it's from Simon Says Stamp, and I just picked a really pretty happy birthday sentiment from it. So I mean, you could use anything here. I have a lot of Simon Says Stamp sets, so I like to use them, and I couldn't remember if I had ever used this birthday sentiment before, and it's just so fun and pretty. So I thought that would be a lot of fun to bring into this card design. And I am going to white heat emboss them just because, again, I like that look. You could stamp it in black. It would be beautiful and graphic. There's a lot of things. You could do it in gold if you wanted to, or in silver. I think there's a lot of ways that this could be really, really stunning. But I did chose to go white just because I did choose to go white, I don't know. You guys, I'm sorry. It's been a long day. I just finished a shift at work, and now I'm just doing the voiceover to make sure I get this video out in time. So I'm a little bit tired. So bear with me if I, don't make any sense. Also, side note, don't forget about the live this week on Thursday. We are creating that beautiful journal that I posted. I think that went up on Friday with all the details. So if that's at all interest to you, I will have the link right here. You can go and check it out, and you can come and chat with us, or you can make the journal, or whatever you want to do, and stop in. You can watch it on a replay later if you're not free for the live, because the live is going to be this Thursday, which I believe is the 13th, and it is at 3 p.m. PST, so 6 p.m. EST. So if you can stop in, please do come in, even just stop in and say hi if you'd like to, if you have a moment. I would love to hear from you. It's always great to talk to my people. You guys are my crafty peeps, and I would love to have a chat with you. So, stop in if you have time, or make the journal with me if you have time. I'm really excited to create this journal with you guys. So hopefully you will enjoy it as well. And hopefully that's some kind of content that it's a bit different. I've never made a scratch journal before. Normally, if I'm going to do something, I kind of create it with a book base. But this one, we're creating the base as well. So even if you don't have the pieces we're going to use, and you want to just learn how to create the base of the book and then kind of do your own thing, you absolutely can do that too. It is a hinge method, so you don't have to sew anything. It's pretty great. It's My Porch Prints came up with it. It's a great design idea, and it's a lot of fun. So come and check that out if that's of interest to you. So I did just heat set that white embossing powder, and then I did splash on just a little bit of Perfect Pearls. If you've been with my channel, you guys know that I love sparkly things. I'm like a magpie, I guess. They just make me so happy. I love shimmer and shine, and I think that it, adds something to these kind of simple cards. And now I say simple because for me, they are. I know that clean and simple cards for most people are not quite this style, but for me personally, these would be kind of my version of a clean and simple card, because there isn't a ton going on. You have a little ink blending, and you have a little embossing and a little glitter, and that's kind of all you have really going on. There's not, crazy dimension or crazy layers or lots of mixed media pieces, or, so for me, this is kind of like my version of a clean and simple card, and I love how quickly these come together. So if you were in a bad way to needing a beautiful birthday card, try this design. And I mean, you could replace that floral image with any floral image you own. They would still be stunning. This is just one of my favorite florals, so I do tend to reach for it quite often. But any floral image would look stunning, and any birthday sentiment. I mean, you could stamp it, you could add it. You could heat emboss it on black and add it on top. There's so many things you could do to spruce this up for yourself if you needed to. And they come together quite quickly. So if you really need a birthday card, this is a great design to kind of lean towards. And of course you could replace the florals with other images. I love florals. I really lean towards them. So I do tend to like them in my designs, but any longer image would look really great here. So if you wanted to try it out, absolutely do. And I did create a Facebook group about 2 weeks ago. And it was just because we were discussing how it was not easy for people to share things directly with me if they wanted to. So if you recreate one of my card designs and you want me to see it, or you just want to share something that you're really excited about making because, not everybody understands the joy of making. So if you wanted to share it with me or with a great group of people, I have a new Facebook group. It is a private group. You do have to request to join, but you absolutely can if you'd like to. It's just a great group of people who are just sharing projects that they really enjoy. So you can look for the link in the description down below if you'd like to. And I'd really like to get back into sending out Happy Mail. So if you're of interest of receiving Happy Mail from me, make sure you're on my Happy Mail list. That's also in the description down below. I'm trying to make sure I send one to everybody who signs up. It will take me a little bit of time because I like to kind of try to make it special. Sometimes I make little folios of fun things, or sometimes I try to make a special card. So it does take me a little bit of time, but I will, hopefully eventually send something to everybody, and we can kind of keep going that way. And if you want to send Happy Mail in my direction, my PO box is listed down below as well. So feel free to send something my way if you'd like. I have been married 5 years this year, so that's pretty exciting. So September 1st, my husband and I have been married 5 years, which is really exciting, although the time is just flying by, which is kind of scary sometimes, but really exciting as well. So if you want to send me a fun anniversary card, or my birthday's in October, whatever. Or just a card to say hi, that's great too. I really appreciate it. It's always so exciting to get mail. And oddly enough, as a person who makes and sends a lot of cards, I don't actually get a lot of cards. So, it's always so exciting when someone sends my direction. So if that is of interest to you, the address is down below. So I did add just a little bit of clear sparkle because, again, like I said, I love all things sparkly and colorful. So I did go in and add some of that to the flowers. It's very, very subtle, but you'll see it when I hold them up in the light, how stunning it looks. So I love how these cards came together. I knew I would because, as I said, these were something I created 4 years ago, and I'm just kind of recreating them a little bit in a fresher way, but I'm really happy with how they turned out, and I think they're really pretty. So I hope you guys enjoyed them. I hope you'll let me know what you think. Leave me a like, leave me a comment, and consider subscribing if you haven't already. I do new videos every Monday and Thursday, and every second Thursday is a live, so that's always really exciting. And of course, the cats pretty much always show up in the lives, so that's always a lot of fun as well. But that is what I have for you guys today. I hope you enjoyed it. Thank you so much, and I hope to see you at the live on Thursday. Bye-bye for now.